How does your town run? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me this hour is Mayor Ron Jones of the Borough of Beechwood. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And when we talk about running a town, we're talking about the way in which the town governs itself. There are many different forms of government in New Jersey. Give us an idea as to how these different forms of government work. There's mayor and council, commission form, and what you have as a municipality, borough form.
Yes, there's about 5 or 6 different forms, but ultimately people need to cooperate, regardless what form of government you have. The Borough of Beechwood is, as it states, a borough. And the term borough comes from an English word for burr. Burr, back in the old English times, was a community that was that worked together on a farm. So the word borough came from that. It's a form of government where you have an elected mayor and 6 council members, and the mayor, even though the statute says is the chief executive officer of the municipality, if you have a council, which is 6 members that are of a different political or philosophical persuasion, they can actually stall the way government works, so that when you come to the council meeting and you say, Mayor, I'm disappointed with your performance, technically, the council controls the way the government works, so it's really a disingenuous form and it needs to be updated.
Now, in your community, you were a commission form of government, and in the 1980s changed to a borough form of government. Why was that the case?
That I'm not sure, other than the fact that the commission forms are normally larger municipalities, and I'm, again, not having that information. A commissioner usually runs a department, so most are elected officials are part-time people, so maybe it was more of a full-time effort and it took up their time and they actually had to have a real job. So that's the only thing I can assume. But in the larger cities, the commissions do work very, very well because the commissioner actually runs a department.
What was the impact of the Faulkner Act? This happened in the 1950s.
Yes, the Faulkner Act, I think, was probably one of the best pieces of legislation to ever come in existence in New Jersey for changing the way government works. It's a mayor, which is strong, it's an executive officer, and a legislative council, all elected separately. It is similar to what you would have in Washington, D.C. and in Trenton, and it is by far the best form of government.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the Uniform Governance Act, and this is something that you're a proponent of, and it would have a uniform set of standards and rules